Welcome back to another message caller update. Today I want to talk about a requested feature for Slack. Now, one problem people have is when they have multiple Slack exports, and then those exports can contain additional folder called teams, and those could have additional JSON files. So by the time you finish importing all the JSON files, you may have like 50 or 75 of them, and that's going to be pretty annoying to select each one. So today I want to show you a new way how you can load all those JSON files. So let's go to my screen and I will show you that. Alright, so here we have message crawler, and I'm going to go to import and Slack. And one button you'll see here is scan folder for JSONs. What this button will do, it will allow you to pick a folder where your Slack data is stored and say select folder, and now it's going to look for all the channels, groups, DMs, and MPIMs folders inside that subfolder, and it'll go into all the subfolders, like I said, and it's going to look for all of them. And then you'll be able to just hit import and load them all in at the same time. Now, it's not going to go look for the individual message files. It's only looking for those the channels.json. It's not looking for the ones with the date. So you have to make sure that people didn't like drag stuff around and move things out of place, because then the folder structure is going to be broken and files aren't going to be found. And even if it is fine, you still want to do your normal checks, like make sure expected date range is there and things like that. So that's how you can scan for those JSON files, and you hit the import button and it'll load. But now you're going to have a different problem, because you're going to have so much data coming from different JSONs and sources, you don't know what's what. So when you actually load the data, there'll be a new field created here, and it's called Slack JSON source JSON. Okay, it's not a very creative name, but I think it describes it pretty well, that this is a source JSON file that was used to import. So now what you can do is filter by, let's say, all the channel JSONs, so that you can export or work with just channels separately, and then you can do the same thing with DMs and other file types. So you can group them and sort of separate them out and then perform export that way. The other thing you will have is you're probably going to have a lot of duplicates when you're in a situation like that, so you will want to exclude your duplicates. And this way you only have original files. This usually happens when Slack administrator does like a search by user ID, and maybe they have like 5 users to investigate, so they search for one user ID, export that out, search for a second user ID, export that out, and then they do 5 exports. Each contains 4 JSON files, and then each one of those contains teams, and then another between 1 and 4 JSON files there. So this is going to help you deal with situation like that. And if you go to convert Slack, same thing. We have the scan for JSON files button as well, so it'll work just the same way. So that's my update for Slack. Let me know if this is helpful to you. Thank you for checking out this update. I will see you on another.